Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys. So last night was the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 5, episode 2, which was so good. Honestly, I feel like they're killing it already this season. But I am seeing mixed reviews. So I'm curious to see what you guys say today in our live recap with Ashley from Taste of Reality. I'm actually recording this before, I'm putting it up after. So if you guys didn't join us live, then definitely go back and be a part of that. And then tonight, guys, we get the new episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, which I think Heather, Tamra, Eddie, Ryan, Jen, I feel like this is going to be a big shitstorm. But in the meantime, we have some Salt Lake City to talk about. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed over here to Up and Adam channel 2, get subscribed and let's get right into it.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start off with Meredith and Mary Martha Cosby of it all. Thank you to Reality Blurb, season 5 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Obviously, you guys know, like I said, even though the ratings are not great, I feel like we're off to a great start. It has the kookiness, and Mary Cosby's back, and a lot of people love Mary Cosby, and whether you like her or not, like she is absolutely great reality TV. But as fans know, the finale for season 4 of Salt Lake City, that was a big deal with Monica and Reality Bontis, and it was very dramatic. But naturally, this meant that season 5 had to have a big oomph. They had to have some bombs to drop, which I definitely think that they will, especially after it was revealed that Monica was not going to be a part of it. A lot of people were wondering how this is going to look. Now, recently, Meredith sat down with Us Weekly to talk about the show, and they started by discussing how she feels about the new season. And according to Meredith, there's always a little anxiety going in. Overall, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm optimistic that we're going to have a great season, but for myself. They also discussed the season 4 finale and whether the ladies still have the bond that they had when fans last saw them. And Meredith said, I think we did come out feeling this bond and connection last year. And I think that we all went back in hoping to make that last, hoping to kind of further it. She said, but with any relationship, there are bumps along the road. And in order to get that connection, some things have to be flushed out. So it's not just smooth sailing, which, especially with Whitney and the ladies, it is not. I can't wait to talk to Ashley today about this, but like even the Brittany girl, like Brittany and Mary, Brittany was sort of smart by going and pissing Mary off. One, she's kooky because nobody makes an announcement and says, guys, I have to make a toast. My boyfriend finally made us official, and then shares a post at Costco, like shopping with that's my best friend or whatever. That was kooky. So she's definitely catching people's attention in a weird way. I don't know if it's a positive way, but the Maylee Workman is just I don't think that we learned anything about her in episode 2. We didn't learn anything about her in episode 1. We're not People are just not invested. It's not good for Maylee Workman. But anyways, she then said that she felt she was under fire pretty much by the full cast. Yeah. Huh. She said she was wrongfully under fire the previous year, and I just want to find a level of peace with that. Now, the interviewer then asked Meredith who from the cast struggled the most with the truth, and she said, I think probably Whitney. It may have been her truth, but I don't think it's actually the truth. And she said, Whitney and I feel like butt heads every year. It's just, we just don't see life from the same standpoint. That's kind of what it boils down to. But Meredith then discussed where she stands with Lisa Barlow. And specifically, the interviewer asked if their reconciliation from last season carried over to this one. And she said, it does. And I'm not going to say where we all end at the end, but Lisa and I are off to a great start this year, and you'll see how it all unfolds. However, when asked if they could rekindle their old friendship, she responded that neither of them wanted to go back in time because they had a new relationship. And she compared it to being in a new marriage. The conversation then shifted to Meredith's fallout with Mary, and she said, I'm not really sure I understand that myself. I'm not sure really what the problem was. Maybe I'll understand when I watch it. Maybe I'll understand in 3 years when I rewatch it. Right now, I don't understand it. I have to give it to Meredith, though. It seemed like when Mary was on, Meredith was always in her corner. Like, Meredith was always giving Mary, and I know this sounds crazy because they're supposed to be a group of friends, but sort of like when nobody wanted to film with Brandy Glanville, right? Brandy Glanville got kicked off the show because nobody wanted to film with her. A lot of people didn't want to film with Mary at a certain point, and Mary didn't want to film with those people. So she was calling the shots, they were calling the shots, and the person who was in the middle was Meredith, and Meredith let Mary in that way, without kind of breaking that down. But now maybe Mary just doesn't need Meredith. It sounds shitty, but it could be true. It could be true. Let me go back to Miss Mary and Meredith. She then talked about feeling that Mary did use her. She said, like I said, this all came out of left field. Did I send some little things along the way? Yes, but nothing of real significance. There were also little things that we talked about on the phone or whatever. So I don't think there were any outstanding issues. And suddenly, when she's feeling comfortable with other women who she hadn't had a comfort zone with anyone other than me for the last few years, all of a sudden it was like I got attacked. Well, that doesn't feel very good. That like I was used for 3 years because why is it now all of a sudden that you're comfortable? I don't understand why you're coming after me. They then discussed Whitney and Mary's newfound friendship, and Meredith said, I mean, I like to see everyone getting along. I'm not rooting against them. I genuinely want to see all of the women succeed, and I genuinely want to see them all happy. I think it's great. I want everyone to be friends. But now the topic of Mary and Heather Gay being back on track also came up, and the interviewer asked Meredith if Mary's past comments about Heather's appearance caught her off guard. And she said, any comment about another woman's appearance always takes me by surprise. It's just not the right thing to do. But she was asked if she thinks Heather looks good. And she said, I think Heather looks fabulous. She feels fabulous. And at the end of it, that's what matters. She looks pretty. She feels great. She's happy with herself. And that's all you want. Yeah. Meredith was also asked about Bronwyn Newport and what she brings to the table. And she said, Bronwyn brings a lot. She's a big, strong personality. She's very opinionated. She's not shy about sharing her opinions, which obviously makes for good entertainment. And her husband was the CEO of Palm. Like, what the? All of the new women add a new dynamic to the group, is what Meredith said, which I think is fresh and welcoming. And we'll have to see where it all ends. I don't think it's going to be ending that great. She was asked if she was skeptical of the new ladies with what happened with Monica. And she said, I think that all of us are a little trepidatious now. I've always been cautious in my friendships. I've been burned many times. I think everyone has as a grown up. So, yeah, I think we're a little more on guard, but still, you have to move forward and you don't want to sit and be stagnant over something that's over. I think everyone was somewhat open, but a bit more guarded. Now, they also discussed Andy Cohen saying that he wants Monica back in the future. And according to Meredith, she said, I mean, that's not up to me in any capacity. And Andy has a lot more to say that I do. So I would imagine Monica would prefer to do another show. It would make more sense, but I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I want to hear what you guys think. By the way, I had this up earlier because Angie Katsunavis was saying that she got very emotional. She cried when she found out that she was the center position in the cast photo. And she said, I went through a lot and people felt like people wanted to put me through the ringer and try and ice me out and try to take me down. And it reminded me that cream does rise to the top just to be your authentic self, and having fun can actually be a great thing. And I don't need to be a villain or a bad person to stand in the center and represent Salt Lake City. Honestly, she's growing on me too. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. If you guys are not subscribed to Up and Adam channel 2, get subscribed. More importantly, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you did not catch us for Hot Messy Topics earlier, then go back and be a part of the replay crew. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.